Son, I am fully aware that you are not as inclined towards warfare as I am, and as my father was. That's fine. It's actually probably good for the kingdom. We need a period of solidification, unification. We need to start having all of those who live in our vast borders see themselves not as various outsiders under a pragmatic oath, but actual members of our community. Yes, Father, I do intend to help the kingdom become as strong and powerful as I can, though probably not through as much war as you. That's fine. Our first stages of growth into this grand empire were through peace, but I think it might be in order for me to spend some of the money of my waning days on creating a military for you that will make it very unlikely that any of your neighbors sees you as prey. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Giridhari. Yes, Giridhari Samrat. Giridhari, the Hammer of Lohara, in our enormous empire. We have a lot we would like to do, and so we might as well just get started. I have a strong feeling that this is going to be his last episode. Oh, our son, Giridhari II, has come of age. He will be a king in his own time. We should actually check to see if he did well. He is a 4-star diplomat. That is excellent. He has been trained very well. We can now finally fix our accolade here with its Blade Master people in it. Everything is good there. We should check to see what we're trying to learn here. We're almost done with banking, and then after that, I will decide after that what we actually do. So we picked up banking. It wants us to do advanced bow making next. Now that does mean that we would have to replace all of our cultural bowmen because these crossbowmen are just so much better. But that being said, we probably would have to do that eventually anyway. And I do think they're better. We've invested a lot in bow unit places as well. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with the advanced bow making and get that done as quickly as possible. All right, holding court for the first time since our wars started. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way to simply observe the proceedings. Gesture for the first in line. My Masamanta Ananta can barely contain his rage, erupting. Something must be done about the Nepali outsider. Yeah, no, we don't do this. He should know this. He should absolutely know better. Ananta, you know better than this. Lohara is a land of many peoples. And it always has been, and it always will be. My granddaughter, Vimala, shows me a page filled with unfamiliar symbols, insisting on its legibility. I have developed a written language specifically for the women of the court. It's this one. The language of women. I think it's just best to do what a great idea. We don't want to stress out our, yeah, we don't want to stress anybody out. We'll just do what a great idea, I think. This is a good benefit, though. I mean, the other one's a good benefit, too. Let's just do language. Let's, you know, we're thinking about this too hard. Let's just do what a great idea. A furious Masamanta. Oh, this is, he wants to take the man's wife. Yeah, I'm not participating in this. I think we're just gonna do, do you not know that marriage is sacred? Yeah. I'm not forcing him to divorce his wife or encouraging this guy. Okay, so we gotta figure out a way to get this above 10. I think it might be possible. We have a lot of artifacts, in our possession that we picked up. Maybe we can find, ooh, a scheme at my court. Someone is plotting against me, but I'm me. If they plot against me, I'll suffer. I might die even. I don't know. Hopefully it's not a murder plot. Hopefully we figure it out. But there's a lot of things we're going to have to go through here if we're going to figure out how to make this better. So it looks like at some point in time during one of our wars, we acquired this magnificent goblet right here, which will give us a little bit more court grandeur. So we're going to put that down instead of the Kiri dagger. The Kiri dagger's not that big a deal. It's a little bit of knight effectiveness, but that's fine. This is better. Hopefully this will threshold us to where we want to be. It just barely does by the look of it. Yeah, it puts us at 90 exactly, which will hold us at 10. Good. So we're just going through here and trying to basically find every item that we know we're never going to use and just breaking them and getting rid of them forever. There's no reason to keep them around at all. Like this renowned hyena hide, we're literally never going to be able to put up. This wild antelope hide, we're never going to really be able to put up because it's large and we have all our large slots filled with better things. This one either. There's a couple other things. We'll probably get rid of the Kiri. We'll probably get rid of the hyena hide here. We can't get rid of the ones that are blue or better, so that's going to be the limit, but I'll just delete everything we're never going to use. And there it is. We have it set up. We have the proper banner behind us with the new symbol. We put out books that are a little bit better, I think, for what we're currently doing. Actually, we'll put that out. That's fine. And our court is now ready, and we can maintain a 10 court grandeur for a bit, which is really great for learning because it gives us 1 learning per fame level. So once we have the money, I think we're going to go up here to the capital and we're going to build this castle to level 2. I think we're going to start pushing those out in more and more of our personally held domains. We can also put in a new blade master here to hold up this position. Good, we have 2 young guys for once. That means this might actually last without falling down for a while. We'll have to see. And in here, we've basically finished everything. I want to sort of start working towards maybe having a unit of armored horsemen. This is... oh. Okay, so you're plotting against one of my courtiers. You probably shouldn't. You know, you probably shouldn't. It makes me look bad when my courtiers get murdered by my vassals. So I want to build these hillside grazing lands for the heavy cavalry, because then I can have hillside grazing lands and stables and blacksmiths all in the same place. And if I can have a level 2 fort there, that's going to make them really strong. So we're just going to place this little tiny armored horseman unit that we built just for the purposes of building it in its location. And then we're going to sort all the rest of these out so that they're optimized too. I think we're going to have to put a new place in for the spearmen over here so that we can actually get it working properly. So I'm going to move the spearmen down here, I think. Ah, you learn Kashmiri. That's great. I think this is going to be the right location for them, the pikemen. I'm going to have to build this place up for them because it doesn't have the right buildings, but we'll do that in the future. We should also put this up in the mine because it hasn't been there for a while and it should have been there all along. Snakes at the court. More affairs. Lovely. More people having some fun that they shouldn't be having. So the first building to build here is probably going to be the barracks for these spearmen. Can't afford the barracks. Is there anything else I can build that is worthwhile right now? No, I don't think so. So we'll just wait. But I want this all sorted out. I want this to be great. We have our mountaineers up here. We have our bowmen. And we have a specific spot for our spearmen and our armored horsemen now. We really do need to finish this stuff up too. This has got to build a warrior lodge. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Warrior lodges help spearmen. So I want to actually probably put the spearmen down here someplace, which means we're probably going to have to flip 1 unit of bowmen and 1 unit of spearmen. This is going to be such an expensive exchange. If it's not clear, Giridhari's idea of internal development is building the military stronger. So this is going to be the permanent spot for the armored horsemen. Down here, I think we're going to move some bowmen to here. There are no military buildings here anyway right now, which means we're going to get rid of these. Well, I mean, the hill forts are technically a military building. We're going to get rid of these hill forts, I think, because they don't support any of the units that we're going to have here. And we're going to put in their place militia camps for the archers, which is good. Learning lifestyle will take apostate. So that should set everything up properly. We're going to move bowmen over there, the smaller unit, because the other place is just too good for the unit that's there. We're going to move our pikemen into a territory that can build warrior lodges. And then we're going to add warrior lodges. Actually, we're going to replace the militia camps first. We're going to replace them with warrior lodges for the spearman damage. And then we will put in barracks. And this will have very strong spearmen coming out of here. We'll also upgrade its castle. And those spearmen might be one of the strongest units we have, in spite of the fact they're not that strong to begin with. Triumphant homecoming. This is my son. He has went out and interfered with my rival. Well, I mean, I can't fault him for that. He is my rival. So let's see what we have to do here. Which rival? I only have one rival. All right. So it is you. Let's see. If we pick the first one, we pay 400. Oh, God. We cannot afford that. To our son. He gains some prestige, and he becomes rivals with the other guy. Or we pay it to the other guy. So basically, you're telling me I have to pay 400 gold? You know, I don't have anything to do with this. Why is my 400 gold paying for this? I don't know. I guess I gotta accept the first one because the money will go to my son. It's basically making money out of nothing for my son if I die. But I'm not gonna die right away, so that's nothing. So we're just gonna produce some money out of nothing and give it to our son. That's fine. That seems fair. That seems just. Right in the middle of starting to develop my military into a world-class fighting force, I am in debt, and I have lost my chancellor. She has died. I think we're just going to put this vassal in there. I only have one non-child, non-positioned, powerful vassal, and he likes me. So that's fine. That's going to be a long time before I'm going to be able to even get back to the work I was actually trying to get done. That sucks. Well, you know, at least the money goes to my son, who will hopefully find something good to do with it, and we are still feeling fine. We're still feeling fine. You know, things are going pretty good, I would say. I mean, if you ignore the debt, in the spirit of our new consolidation mentality, we're going to use our marshal to help somebody else take control over their lands better. Doing that over a period of time will make us just stronger and stronger. And we don't need any more commanders or knights right now. We don't need to deal with any of this. 2 children need guardians. This grandson of mine, he wants a diplomat, and my wet nurse is perfectly capable of doing it. And then this grandson of mine, also a diplomat, so she can also do him, I guess. Yes, she can be his guardian. She has experience with children already. That makes her a pretty good candidate, I would say. And my 45-year-old son can get married. You know what? He already had a wife who died. He has lots of kids and an heir. If he wants to get remarried, he can make that decision on his own once he becomes king. So, oh, great. So now we're in debt, which means we're going to have to basically move our marshal to our own territory, which is sad since we literally just started helping that guy out. But, you know, it's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts. So I finished the education of this vassal that we're trying to educate so he'd get a good relationship with us. We didn't get the hook event or the befriend event, which sucks, but, you know, you don't get it every time, so it's fine. We are going to just have to accept we did the best job we could and send him out into the world. He did not get a very good education from us, which is kind of surprising considering the fact that we are skilled at martial. Oh well, it happens. And my son here, the eccentric one, has had another son. He's named him Sandip. Sandip is a great name. Go out and do well in the world, Sandip. Make a great life for yourself. And look at this. We've been offered a kitten. A kitten. We are an old man, and we could definitely use a friend for our old age, so we're definitely going to take the kitty. Yes? No, we're not going to let the cat go. Of course we're going to take the cat. And we're going to name it, I think, Mittens. Kittens would have been a cute name for a kitten, too. And we're going to just introduce them to our court immediately by petting them. You know, it's nice to have a friend for your old age. Cats are really good at that. And we stopped being ill. Wonderful. It barely even affected us at all. And our daughter has come in to hug us. Ah, wonderful. We didn't even have any stress, but that's still nice. And we have a new lifestyle learning perk right after we became an adept too. I mean, we've been an adept for a little while, but I hadn't really mentioned it till now. Learning on the job is the only thing that makes sense. This is an illegitimate child that we really don't care anything about. I don't even think our faiths have a problem with this on any level. They just get the, like, wild oats thing, and the parents don't even get in trouble. It's really not a thing that matters to us. We have finished this control task now. Let's build ourselves, let's see here. Barracks. Oh, and we died. Samrat Giridhari died after 27 years. What a intensely dense 27 years he's had. He has made this empire so much bigger and the military so much stronger. But now it is time to hand the reins over to our new stewardship-based Samrat, Pawan the bear, in fact. So let's just manage all the stuff we got to manage here. We need to put in his new chancellors. We're going to put the best people we have amongst our powerful vassals until we either run out of powerful vassals or none of them can do the job. That guy will be fine. And for the last two, we're going to just put in regular vassals to hold these positions. People who like us, preferably. Like, she will do fine as our commander, and let me see, she will do fine as our spy master. Yep, that'll be good. So we have people in our basic positions who can handle them. So we've checked all of our artifacts in the court, and here it's really annoying that we can't keep our 10. I don't know what's changed. Maybe it's based on something like his personal prestige, possibly. Yeah, it probably is, or something like that. That's fine. It's close. All right, stewardship, education. So I guess we're going to be finishing off administrator. I really wish he'd taken tone to line. Tone to line is really important for a transition, and the fact he didn't take it is a bit disappointing. So now we're going to change his preferred god, simply because I don't understand why he picked Kali. It doesn't fit him at all. It doesn't fit his personality. It doesn't fit his traits. It doesn't fit his education. So instead, I think we're going to put him into the wealth and justice one, in spite of the fact his lustful nature means he probably won't like the attraction opinion down. He will like the rest of it. Looking at his relationships, he's got 3 friends and 2 rivals. His brother, his 4th brother, the first brother after the 2 twins, is his best friend. We should try to synergize. Oh, why is that grayed out? We're at war? We're at war. Did anybody notice that we were at war? I didn't. I didn't notice we were at war. Okay, so he's down here in a losing war. It is what kind of war? A war of aggression. Well, I mean, it's kind of morbid to say it, but I don't think there has ever been a better timed coronation. This is not the first time that this has happened, but it is much more significant for him because he definitely would have lost this war, but now he literally there's no possibility of him losing because of all of his father's troops that he now has. There is now an extra unit of bowmen, which we didn't really ever need. That's not great. No, but we do have our armored horsemen that we want to try out. They'll be cool for this war, right? Our father made those specifically to make us stronger. This event. Well, you know, I think since we specifically roleplayed his father teaching him not to chase glory and to just be his own man, we're gonna take the Shadow of Flame Dusk and just let this pass. It means being prestige down for a while, but it's good. We're good with it. We don't need the extra stress of trying to force our prestige up right at the beginning. He doesn't need that. He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. This guy is being cheeky and trying to run away from my armies. We're going to try to find someone who can ford this river without penalty. Put them in charge. This guy can do it, but this guy's better. So we'll do that. And then I think... Oh, he is going south. I bet I know what he's planning. He's probably going to try to kill the smaller army in the south, hoping that we won't catch up with them. This will be very, very close. Very, very close. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, we did. That was very close. I'm pretty sure it was 0 there for a second. It's fine though, we got him. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of factions that have formed. We got a independence faction, we have 2 claimant factions, and a disillusionment faction. That's a big worry. I don't know what we're gonna do about these things immediately. We'll get our brother to like us more, maybe that'll help. I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting to be fighting a war. I was expecting to be able to look at all these things while not thinking about a war to fight. Maybe we should just white peace it. Not being in a war currently might make them feel like they have less chance to win. No, we're not going to quit a war that we're going to win. That's absurd. All right, this war is coming close to an end, although the factions are really getting worrisome. One of them looks like it might just try to get its demands enforced right away, which would be no good. Ooh, I have had another son. And she wants to name him after me. That's perfectly acceptable. Pawan is a good name for a boy. I've actually had 2 sons. I have 3 sons now. You know, I spent most of my life having none, and now all of a sudden I have 3 because I married that woman, and they're all very high quality sons too. I mean, all sons are good. All children are worthwhile, but they're particularly geniusy sons. And we still have enough crowns to hand out, which is good. We might have to form more kingdom titles if we have more kids, because we do not want our duchies to go to those kids. That's not the plan at all. That's not the plan at all. All right, so my son, my namesake, he's ill. Hopefully my sister, the doctor, I just made her doctor a little while ago, will be able to handle that and keep it from getting worse. So my father's powerful southern ally won't align with me, even if I do not align with my brothers first, so we're just gonna take all of my brothers as alliances. That should help a little bit out with some of the factions. I don't think any of my brothers are in a faction, but, you know, just in case, that can help. Ugh. Do we do this? No, I don't think we do this. We will, though, get a guardian for this boy here. He wants a warrior guardian that can be this guy. Good. And I think that's everything here that matters for now. Very much feels weird that my brother can still be put ahead of me by these people as the claimant, in spite of the fact he is my ally. It feels like he would simply refuse, but, you know, the game's the game. They want him in there, and they're going to force it to happen whether he likes it or not, and I am going to have to figure out some way to stop it. Okay, we now control the war target. Hopefully we can get out of this war soon. My brother, he has created a hybrid culture, Tibeto-Kashmiri. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, I banned myself from making any hybrid cultures in this game because I just wanted to stay Kashmiri the whole time, but it's cool that my brother did it. Like, that's really cool that my brother did. I probably would have done this in a normal game. So these factions have become a lot more manageable. The independent faction is basically just one person. These factions down here are a mistake on their part. They're just going to end up getting put in prison because these guys will call their war. They can't stop that, and when they do, it's too bad. The disillusionment faction is just a guy by himself, and the claimant faction is down to half of its members. I'm pretty sure this is fine. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fine. Now, what do we want you guys to do? No, you're fine for now. I think we're just going to win this war and then end the episode. I think that's how this is going to go. My son has taken his first steps. What a good day for a child. What a great step for a child. What a small step for a ruler. I have 3 rivals now. That's a lot of rivals for one man. I would really prefer it was less than that, you know? I don't know if I can handle 3 rivals. I'm not that young. I got a lot of work to do. Looks like his brilliant plan is going to be to try to siege down his capital, and if he does do that, we'll just crush him there. That should pretty much put this to an end. Stewardship perk. We can finally take toe the line. I mean, it's a little late for that, but it will prevent the factions from getting worse. Even less members in this faction now. There used to be 6, now there's 4. One guy's moved up to disillusionment, though. That's fine. It's no longer one guy in a room. It's two guys yelling at each other. It's about the same thing, though, wouldn't you say? I would say it's about the same thing. My glory is widely known. Awesome. We are quickly raising in fame and prestige. Pretty sure you were in a faction relatively recently, but yes, if you were thinking money would help me overlook that, you were right. I mean, just coming to acknowledge me as your emperor was also, you know, good enough. This is my new marshal. I love her red kimono. I think that's awesome. She has given me this guy. He is super ugly and not very good, but we're not going to turn him away because she's doing her best, right? She's doing her best. I'm going to follow this guy down to the coast. Oh, my other brother also made a hybrid culture. He has not remarried. I thought that he would, but he hasn't. That's neat. I don't even know what culture this is, but that's fine. Right? It is, I think, pretty much exactly the same as the culture he had before, because, I don't know. Oh, because they have literally nothing we don't already have? Yeah, that's true. I mean, if they have nothing that we don't already have, then the new culture's gonna have the same stuff. Well, you know, I don't think I would have hybridized that way, but, to each their own, right? If he'd waited out, he might have been able to get our new, Spearman Bowman, new acquisitions. During the daily management of my realm, I have learned of several different opportunities I can pursue. Each opportunity has great potential, but realistically, I can only pursue one of them. I must determine what would ultimately give me the most value. This is a book. I already have my book slots all filled in. This is a weak hook on her. And this is 750 gold. 750 gold it is. I think we're just going to move these guys into our territory and then disband them. We're just going to tick over the last couple of percents. We don't need them. It is my son's first words. His first words are literally, innocence is vigilance. Unbelievable. Our house Lohara motto. He gurgled it without a stutter. He said it perfect. This kid, I could make him eccentric. But I think we're going to stick with the usual how delightful, renown, and favor, because I don't want to stress him out. I don't want to stress him out. Although eccentric is cool, he's not really in line for me to play. If he was my heir, I would definitely make him eccentric, because that would be fun to play. Alright, so we have won our weird little war that we thought was really important before we became emperor. None of the many rivalries has triggered. We need to fix all this, because this isn't going to be right. They've gotten rid of my most important accolade and replaced it with stuff that was from before I even came into power. This guy, you're done. I'm sorry, sir, but you're done. We're going to replace you with the Blade Masters. We're going to destroy you so that it never tries to put you up again. Make sure everybody's got a heir. Everything looks good. Okay. That is one I've never actually seen before. But that's fine. It's fine. We have all of our accolades in play. Our war is done. We can't hold our domains, so we'll have our wife help out. Although we probably could synergize friendship as well. We've taken this this county here, which I'm not sure why he wanted it at all. Yes, it borders him, but it's not really useful. But, you know, I guess it's nice to expand the territory. He holds all of this duchy and the duchy title. That gives him too many duchy titles. We probably just want to destroy this, which the part he doesn't control is this guy's territory, and it is literally in that duchy over there, controlled by him. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna keep this, because it'll just make people upset. Just another thing to make people upset. I mean, I could have done this a long time ago, and if I had, it might have made people a little upset. I could have been checking this stuff during the war, but I'm not a warrior, right? So I get really focused on war, when I do them, and it makes other things go aside. So I should listen to my father's advice and be my best me instead of trying to be like him. I think that's going to be the basic idea going forward, right? We're going to try to be like ourselves. Our father put a ton of money into trying to grow a intense world-class army, which is cool, and we'll finish some of his work. But I think this first chunk of money we're going to invest in a consolidation style grand tour. I don't know if it's going to be a prestige grand tour. I mean, should I say if it's going to be to make my family more known, or if it's going to be for money, but we are definitely going to do it. Look at this grand empire. We are strong. But for a while at least, I think we're going to put war aside and focus on developing our family, and not just our own territory, but the territory of our vassals, something that is a very overlooked way to become super strong when you have an empire this big. Just making your vassals strong just pumps money into you. And with that being said, I hope you join me the next time I am here with Samrat Pawan, the Bear of the Lohara Empire. It'll be his very, very first episode. Goodbye for now.